When we talk about racial healing, it's about all of us. It doesn't matter the color of skin, other beliefs that you might have. It's about everybody. And all of us, as we've learned through Check Your Privilege and other opportunities, it's essential that we do check our privileges from time to time, that we're cognizant that not all things are equal. And there are the haves and the have-nots, and how can we close and mitigate some of that deep, deep chasm that's there? What can we do as a people? And some of us sometimes will say, well, it's the government's responsibility. It's somebody else's responsibility. Folks, it's our responsibility, each and every person.
The work that we did with this racial healing grant would reach well beyond the boundaries of Western Michigan University. We really wanted to see this as work that was community-wide, that was really outward-looking. I think sometimes there's a tendency in higher education to have a little bit of the ivory tower, kind of be very inward-focused and really thinking about students, maybe staff, maybe faculty, but not really thinking about the community that we live in and thinking about what happens outside of the walls of the institution. And I think all of us felt very strongly that you can't have a truly diverse and inclusive institution if you're not thinking about the things that happen in your broader community. So I really saw the work as kind of in these three areas of institutional change, health equity, and then educational equity and access. And I really viewed my role walking in as the new leader as moving the work forward in those three areas.
In terms of getting specific, what we needed to do was hear the voice of the community. And so I spent a lot of time with healthcare agency representatives in the community, educational leaders in our community, trying to identify the areas where they saw gaps. Sometimes those gaps were a lack of resources and capacity, and sometimes those gaps were created by the failure to fully integrate the services. And so I tried to position Western as a facilitator and a collaborator, and to use the resources of the grant to assist those and to some degree, if one could, empower those to be more effective.
Who here is familiar with the Kellogg Foundation and our strategy about American healing? Let's see a show of hands. Okay, so I don't have to explain too much.
The public and the university should know that the W.K. Kellogg Foundation has a firm commitment for all children to succeed and thrive. And we are about creating the conditions and the opportunities so that vulnerable children can also succeed and thrive, and to create the conditions for that to happen. And we work with parents, we work with systems, educational systems, with local and regional and national systems to really take down barriers that may be impeding that success for our children.
This afternoon I wanted to talk a little bit actually just about oppression and social justice, giving a framework to three things that I believe are key to doing our work with love. Because I believe we cannot forget about the past, because the past is still with us. The reason why we need to do the work that we're doing and the work that everyone has presented all day is because of a very violent past.
So we have to go to a pretty uncomfortable place, I think, to get to the point where we are able to truly heal. And I think that starts with authentic conversations when we're talking about interracial, and when we're talking about working on ourselves. We have to go to some deep places as well, but it's a different process. And I think sometimes it's important that we are meeting in groups that are multiracial, and I think sometimes it's really important that we're caucusing and we're meeting in groups that with other people who are racially identified as we are, in order to talk through a lot of those things.
The personal narrative is very important to racial healing, because we live in a diverse community and in a diverse society, and understanding each other's histories is very important for us to build trust and build community. And also, understanding our errors of the past will help us not commit the same errors again.
I think the most important lessons that we've learned is that nobody can be on the sidelines. The problems are so acute, they're so complex, that we need everyone contributing. We need people from a wide variety of disciplines. We need people who have different kinds of problem-solving skills. We need people who are very good at engaging the community, and we need people who are good who are at planning and executing programs and activities.
This particular project on racial healing is extremely important to the success of our university. It's important to the success of our society. It's important for everyone.